Today I'm going to be going over this short peony and ranunculus arrangement. I had been shooting with these flowers for several days and they had got quite short by this point because I kept trimming them. And so I thought this short little pot would be a good choice. I really love the pot. It looks like it's wood grain. It's actually not. It's ceramic. I thought that the simple white peony with the orange ranunculus would pair well with it. Now I went ahead and added a little jam jar with some water in it. After that, I went ahead and added a flower frog to stick the stems in. Now, the first thing I do when I am arranging is I just really look at the natural shape of the flowers to see which way they like to fall and if there are any unique details that I want to be sure to include. For these peonies, they were both the same height and I like to create variety, and so I went ahead and trimmed it so that I had one taller than the other. I like how the peony and the ranunculus paired. The peonies are big, full flowers with frilly petals, while the ranunculus have tighter, cropped petals closely knit together. So again, I just tried to see how they naturally fell, and I tried to keep them all at different levels. Now, I know I wanted to make a triangle with the ranunculus, but I wanted each of them facing a different way. So that's what I was paying attention to here, was making sure that they weren't all looking the same direction. So I really do like to take my time and just observe the flowers. I take a lot of steps back just to make sure that the shape is coming together. I didn't really like how so much of the white was off to one side, and so I decided I would shift the one peony over to frame the ranunculus. I also want to be careful that I'm arranging in an asymmetrical way. Right now you can see they're kind of matching with the two on each side, so I went ahead and added a little bit more weight just to the left side with the two peonies next to each other. I also thought about the basic shape that I was trying to build. I wanted to build two triangles. You can see it with the ranunculus and then also with the peonies. I added in these little purple flowers just to give kind of a pop of really saturated color. The peony, of course, were very neutral, as well as the flower pot, and the ranunculus were kind of a softer orange, so I really liked the way that the purple played off of the orange of the ranunculus. When it comes to colors, I like to go with mostly some and a bit. So mostly I have neutral colors here, and then I have some orange and just a bit of the purple. If I'm using a highly saturated color like the purple, then I try to keep it just to one saturated color. So I wouldn't want a really saturated orange as well as a very saturated purple. Now here I was just trying to break up the line of the pot with the little flowers. I'm trying to break up big color chunks, and those two peonies together were one kind of blob of white, so I stuck the little baby ranunculus in there. At this point, I'm just trying to break up the shape with some zigzags of the leaves, and I'm playing around just to try to find something that's pleasing and not overpowering. I really want it to be all about the flowers, and I didn't want the leaves to be taking over the arrangement. I didn't like this gap between those two peonies, and so I grabbed these purple flowers that I had. They were very sturdy and straight, and I would have preferred them to have more of a curve, but it is what I had, and so I went ahead and jiggled them into that little space back there to try to break up that shape. Now, once I have my base arrangement done, I have no issue with tearing it apart in the middle of the session and rearranging it and moving, so nothing is ever concrete. I really do have total freedom to move things around whenever I want.